Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Um, this is my first reaction video, and I gotta tell you, it's probably gonna be awful because I just got my laptop, I got my Ring cam. You can probably see the reflection in my glasses. I got a nice camera, I got a decent mic, but there's a learning curve with this. I'm a Luddite, meaning I'm not exactly a complete Luddite because I do utilize technology, but I'm old. I'm almost 50. There's a learning curve with me, there's a learning curve with all this stuff. And with that said, please forgive my editing. Please don't be too hard on me. This plane is in the air and I'm still putting the wings on. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bolt down the the rudders to make sure I can still fly it. So y'all bear with me. Please have patience with me. Uh the first video I'm going to react to is by a guy named Jay. His channel's called More to Life. He has a second channel called the Black Filipino. Um, he's an expatriate. They call him a passport bro, but he was a passport bro before that name even came along. Uh, he reacted to a video, and I'm reacting to his video about a matchmaker in her 50s that had to break some sad news to one of her clients. Let's check it out.
I'm coaching this woman and she's 56 years old, my age, Gen X, and she's so sweet. She asks me, Lisa, where are all the good men?
Friend zone.
Where are they?
They're in the friend
Are
zone.
they at the gym?
Probably. They
Are
might
they
be.
at home
Friend
playing
zone.
video? Like, where are
They're
they?
in the friend zone.
And she's like, I'm not even really looking for guys that are super young or anything. Like, I'm looking for guys that are my age or 10 years older. So she's
I hate to break this to you, ladies, but let me put it to you like this. I'm 47 years old. I don't have to date a 47-year-old woman. I don't have to date a woman in her 40s. My options are way more open because I have resources. I have resources. I have a house. I have a good job. I have a great side hustle. I mean, I'm ambitious. It doesn't take women. It doesn't take the women I date long to figure out that I'm I'm not average. You know what I mean? As far as like ambition wise, as far as like coming up with a game plan and executing and making sure things happen, I'm that dude. I'm that dude. You throw a problem at me and I'll solve it. I'm that guy. I really am. With that said, I don't have to date women my age. And I didn't discover this until about, this is 2024. I didn't discover this till 2 years ago. Until 2 years ago, I was dating women either my age or very close to my age. It was a shock to discover I didn't have to. Let's continue.
56, right? So she's looking for guys 56 to 66. And I had to bear the bad news. I said, honey, they're all like in Southeast Asia, South
Latin
America.
America,
She's
yep.
like,
Dominican Republic.
Yeah. Cola Bossy, the passport
Africa.
bros. But we ain't shelling out cash for a hoes, no.
and I
J.
said,
Cole,
yeah,
baby.
like they go have girlfriends. They do this thing where they take their passports and they go and they travel. And they meet girls there who are really young and fit and pretty.
I want something feminine and delicate.
So, we have a dating coach, right? He's keeping it real. This lady bashed Passport Bros before. She is keeping it real.
She's keeping it 100. We don't have to. Men with resources, it's so cheap to travel. It's so cheap to stay overseas. It's so cheap to go over there. If you do it right, you can go over there once a month, and you know how much it would cost. The cost that the flight itself is the cost of, like, let's say a decent meal for two people at Roof Chris or Nobu's. Might even be cheaper. You know what I mean? A decent flight on economy, because not all of us are bougie and fly first class. Economy is good enough for men because we're concerned with getting there, not how we get there. It's not expensive to fly over there and have fun. It's not expensive at all. Let's continue. And I'm speaking mainly of the Dominican Republic, South America, um, Central America, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guyana. It's not expensive to get there. and with the exchange rate, it's not expensive to stay there. So yeah, it's not difficult dating overseas, ladies.
Guys are very much so doing it. Guys around her age, as she said, Southeast Asia, most of those guys are in the Philippines. That's just fact. Most of those guys are going down to Cebu, going down to Mindanao. Some guys are in Manila with a sweet young thing, and they're not dealing with the headaches anymore.
No, no, we're not dealing with the headaches. I have met so many dudes in the Dominican Republic. I mean, dudes my age, dudes younger, dudes are escaping this matrix. You understand? We getting out of here, and it's not like we're not necessarily escaping the women. Some of us are trying to escape the system. You know, where no matter how good you do, there's always a boot on your neck that the system is rigged. It's rigged, and I don't want to sound like it's rigged for rich people. If you don't have a certain amount of money, you can't participate in this system, and it's getting worse. Let's continue.
I see it all the time. I meet these guys all the time. I speak to them all the time. They're white, they're black, all colors, doing it. I just interviewed a guy the other day who's around that age, who wouldn't dare deal with, and he was introduced to his Filipino by another guy around that age.
And feminine, and they make them their girlfriends, and then they just have an arrangement where they travel back and forth. He flies her over, or he'll go see her, and sometimes
Most passport bros are expatriating. We're not bringing these. We don't even want to be here ourselves. Why would we bring a woman back over here for this? Nah. When it's cheaper to live over there, when my money will get me a crib half a mile from the beach, half a mile from the bars, clubs, and restaurants, half a mile from the nightlife, half a mile from. It's not expensive to stay in paradise if you pick the right paradise. Let's continue.
they even expatriate and they live both in America, and they do like seasonal where they live in the other country. And she's like, that's a thing? I thought that was just like an internet thing.
What can I say? Tell Coach Cliff to suit me up and I'll play. I'm winning.
Like, no, it's really happening. And the reason is because feminism, right? And she's like, but our generation isn't that. Our generation wasn't raised to like hate men and not be feminine. And
It started with y'all. Do you understand? You're in your 50s and 60s and 19. Let's go back 30 years to the 90s. Let's go back to the 90s. I don't want no scrubs. Got to have a job. Come on now. Y'all started it, and we were listening, and things got progressively worse. Family court, divorce court. Who? What man in his right mind would tie himself to a woman here? The whole system is stacked against us. Nah. So even if you are a good woman, the problem you're going to have is the system is stacked against men, and we see it. It's a rigged game, and the best way to not lose at a rigged game is to not even play it. Let's continue.
not know how to cook and all that. Like, we're in our 50s and 60s. And I said to her that men
Sure about that.
age prefer women who will not take half their. They're really doing it because of the ridiculous no-fault divorce laws in our country. And it just made it so that men and women in America aren't marrying anymore. And she's like, wow, like I'm hearing more and more of this. It's so sad. What's going to happen? We're going to just.
This is facts. And we're going to have a population. It's just going to be full of migrants and other non-American folks that Biden and his administration is letting in by the thousands. I am not a conservative. I am not a Republican. But I do believe in America. If we're going to have an intent, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm not going to go down that path. But yeah, we're just leaving. It's not worth it here. I mean, between family court, between the way food cost and housing cost and transportation, everything is going up. Nah, we can take our resources and go someplace else and live a much better life. And when we get there with our resources, there are a bunch of real friendly people, women especially, there to greet us. So why would we come back? Why would we bring a woman back into a place that we don't even want to be? We wouldn't, and we're not. Let's continue.
Kind of like not have a population anymore. Like, what are we going to do? And these are the kinds of conversations I get into with my clients, because my clients are pretty awake. Like, they know what's up. They know it on different levels.
So you mean to tell me women in America
No,
are already
it's real.
feeling the burn? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Guys are holding the line.
It's what we do, right? Yeah.
Guys are holding the line. This is crazy.
Levels though, like this girl didn't really understand like the dot connection between what the global elites want for the world and feminism, and how that played a role, and why it all boils down to why she can't find guys, right? She can't find a good, solid guy,
not going to.
60 years old, who's going to want to date her. And this woman,
When I tell you I'm 47, I consider myself old. I'm 47, I consider myself old. In the DR, I have seen some old dudes, and I'm old myself. I've seen some old dudes with young chicks. So if them older cats that are much older than me can get young chicks, what you think I'm gonna do when I get down there? You think I'm gonna have a problem? If them dudes ain't having a problem, why would I have a problem? And I mean old dudes. And once again, I'm old too. These cats are much older than me. Let's continue.
she's 56. She's really pretty. She's in shape. I mean, I'm 53. I'm in shape. I look young. I look good. And not with
Doesn't
like
matter.
the heavy
Doesn't matter.
cosmetic surgery, the duck lips. Like, she looks her age. She looks pretty. She's classy. And she struggles to find a really good guy. And I had to explain it. So I said, well, don't be in despair. Okay. I met my husband when I was 50 and he was 56. So it is possible. Don't lose hope, but you have to be real.
She got so lucky. She doesn't understand how lucky she got.
You have to know what's going on. Men are traveling abroad. Passport
Exodus. We're
bros is
leaving.
what they call themselves, and they
And
are
it's
looking
accelerating.
for younger women who are
We are
super
out
nurturing, not tainted by the materialism of the Western society.
Facts.
A woman who's not going to be demanding a
Feminine and
And
delicate.
delicate.
Super facts.
Had to do it.
bag or some, $400 fragrance or trips to Dubai or whatever. So there has to be a happy medium, and I'm here to tell the men out there listening to this video that there are a lot of unicorn women, Gen X women, who were raised with the values of, taking care of your man, he takes care of you too, that you guys are a team, and
We do
they're
not
out
care.
there. So
We don't
do
care.
what you got to do to find love. It's out there
The
for
system is
everybody.
still spank us.
Mainly work on yourself.
Sorry,
and
we don't
work
care.
on your mindset so that you can attract whatever you want.
Oh, and yes, guys are doing that, right? And she spoke her piece, and I think a lot more women are going to feel that burn. And guys, you're holding the line, you're doing it, and it's not, and it's in a major way, but they're not truly feeling it until more men wake up. But she kept it real. This is what's happening. This is the talk she's having with her, because she's a female coach. She coaches females. She has a husband, so she's teaching women how to do it. And I'm not gonna say they won't find anybody, but it's a long, hard road. At the end, she said, "Guys, give these women a chance." How are guys gonna give these women a chance? A lot of these women got out of a divorce 3-4 years ago. A guy gets to questioning them, and then they'll say, "Oh, they lie. They got to lie or something." But they say, "Oh, how was that last relationship? I got out of a divorce."
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, he's taking flight. He's out.
And with Jay's final words, we're gonna end it right here, right there. It's not hopeless for you ladies that are in your 50s or older, but I gotta tell you, your options are not what it was when you were 30 years younger. They just aren't. That's not saying you can't find a good dude, but you can't be superficial. You can if you won't be, and there's no problem. You can do what Kevin Samuels said: buy a dog, die alone. But short of that, you're gonna have to compromise. You're gonna have to be I want to say not as superficial. You're gonna have to settle. And if you don't want to settle, go to Petco, go to the shelter, go find you a couple strays. There's plenty of animals out here need love. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please excuse my editing. I am, like I said, this plane is in the air, and I am learning how to fly it as we go. There's a couple things I noticed I need to work on, and I hope y'all stay with me and track my improvement. Give me comments. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. Thank you for stopping through.